Good day, beautiful women out there. I bring you greetings from Lagos, Nigeria. This is Talk to Faith. As you all know, I had always been your host for a few days now, and I will always be your host on this channel. Okay, and I trust God that you're going to be getting values from this channel. You're going to be getting information that will help your life, transform things about you, your mindset, and correct some things in your life. As I have always promised in my previous videos, I will not be the only one that will always bring you come up to this channel to speak to us. I am working on good things for us. I am working on some stuff on the background. Soonest, we are going to be having some amazing speakers who will be coming up here to talk to us on different topics that had helped their life, their success stories, their failures, their mistakes, and by so doing, we'll be able to take corrections, we won't make those mistakes they've made in the past, and we'll stop living our lives based on trial and errors. We'll know how to pattern our lives and know how to go and get the results, the desired results you want. All right, today, before then, right now, here today, we have a beautiful topic here to discuss. We are here to talk about the woman and prayer. The woman and prayer. There is this relationship between a woman and prayer. Now, I want to say this: if you are a woman watching this video right now and you have not started praying, you don't have a prayer life, you don't know how to pray, you've not started praying, you are doing yourself more good than harm. Take that from me. It is very bad for yourself, for your life, for your family, for your marriage, for your children, for the people around you, for your business, for your finances, for your health, for everything that has to do with you. All right. Life is more spiritual than physical. I tell people this a lot. All right. Life is more spiritual than physical. The things we see in the physical realm were manufactured from the spiritual realm. They are governed by the spiritual realm. Before anything happens physically, it's been displayed in the spiritual realm. That is why we need to take prayer very, very serious, because prayer is a spiritual thing. It's not just a natural thing. It's not just because you open your mouth and you utter words. There is someone somewhere listening to what you are saying. There is a realm that you've been sending those words to. So as a woman, one of the good things you have to do for yourself in this 2023 is to learn how to pray. If you're a lady, you're still a young girl, most ladies, they'll be like, I'm just 18, I'm just 16, I'm just 20, I'm just 22, my parents can do that for me, my pastor, and all that and all that. As a young lady, as a single lady, the best time for you to start cultivating some attributes, some things that's meant to help you build up your life is now that you are single. Because when you get married, most of those things you will find it difficult building them. And one of the things you need to build right now as a single lady is your prayer life. If you don't know how to pray yet as a single lady, you are doing yourself more harm than good. Now, I want you to take this from me. You need to build your prayer life now as a single lady. Enjoy your singlehood. I don't know where this came out from, but I want to tell you this. Enjoy your singlehood to the fullest. If you don't know how to pray, get a prayer life now that you are single. Everything that you need to get, every attribute, every character, everything you need to cultivate that will help you out there in the future when you get married, when you climb to the top, you need to start cultivating it now as a single lady. If you need to build a character, none of us were born with good character traits actually. If you've watched my previous video on procrastination, I made mention of this. None of us were built with character, very, very good character disposition, although there are some persons that were built with that, but majority of everyone on planet Earth inherited one negative character trait or the other, or you just saw yourself manifesting it naturally. Now, it's not an evil that, yes, you saw yourself manifesting that, but it's an evil when you refuse to work on those character problems. So as a single lady, the best time for you to start working on yourself, character wise, prayer life wise, skill wise, business wise, certificate wise, financial wise, everything wise, is now that you are single. Why? Because you have all the time to do them. You have all the time to start working on your character. You have all the time to start working on your prayer life, to study God's word, to pray, to get a skill, learn a business trade, learn one or two things, start, get a certificate in any area that you want to get. You have the all the time right now. That's why I said enjoy your singlehood. Don't A lot of us are in a haste. I just want to get married. It's good to get married. I just want to wear the wedding ring. I just want to answer Mrs. This and Mrs. That. Yes, it's good. All of us want to. Me too. I want to, But then, before you get you hasten up to somebody's house, have you worked on yourself? Work on yourself character wise. That's why you need to, as a young lady, surround yourself with friends that will actually tell you the truth. you know it's good when you have friends that will always point out your character issues and tell you to your face, Faith, work on this thing is not good, this character trait is bad, check this one is, but some of us, we love it when we have people that always sing our praises. They are always singing your praises. They will not tell you this thing and this thing and this thing in your life, you need to fix it. They'll just singing your praises, and they will sing your praises and sing you to doom. All right. So it's good you surround yourself with people that will actually tell you the truth and tell you to your face, work on this, fix this aspect of your life. And now you have all the time as a single lady to work on that. Because when you go into a marriage, when you get into a marriage with a bad character trait, my sister, you are on your way to destroying somebody's son's life. You're on your way to destroying somebody's family. You're on your way to destroying a lot of things. And at the end of the day, you get kicked out, or something else happens. But as a single lady, this is the best time to get everything you need to get. And among all the things you need to get, this is the best time for you to get a prayer life. This is the best time for you to start praying. This is the best time for you to learn to pray. All right. It is good as a woman to pray. There is a relationship between a woman and prayer. Why is it that most women are called into the intercessory ministry? There is something about prayer and a woman. As a woman, the Bible said that God created us as helpmates to men. Now, some of us feel that being a helpmate to a man is just go cook his food, clean his house, wash his clothes, do this, and the other room and all that. Okay, that is not just the helpmate. One of the duty of a helpmate is intercession. One of the duty of a helpmate is to pray for that man. Men, what they are just carried away with. how to fix the family, how to put food on the table, how give my children the best of life, the best of education, the best of training, how to get good clothes, how to travel, how to take my family for a vacation, how to provide this, how to give my family a good life, how to extend help, how to do this. That's what men are just all majority of the men are carried away with. Then you as a woman, what is your role in his life? Is it just to cook food? Just to, no. Yes, it's part of it, but one of the major roles that you need to play in the life of a man is to pray, is to intercede, is to uphold him, is to fix the family on your knees in your place of prayer. All right. So, as a woman, you've got to learn how to pray. You've really got to learn how to pray. Now, I want to ask this question: who is a woman? You know, a woman is not just um another gender of a human being. There is a mystery behind the womanhood. Yes, there's a mystery behind the womanhood. The woman who signifies fruitfulness, it signifies multiplication, it signifies conception. One major thing that differentiates a man from a woman is the ability for the woman to conceive. God gave the woman a womb, the ability for the woman to conceive and to give birth. That is one major thing that differentiates a man from a woman. Now, in your place of prayer, you conceive. Spiritually, you conceive, you give birth, you intercede. As you are interceding, you are conceiving things, you are giving birth to things, you are delivering things, you are getting things, kicking things out, and you are letting some in. So as a woman, you've got to learn how to pray. As a single lady, as a married woman, if you're already married and your prayer life is not yet working, you've got to make it work. You've got to find a way. You've got to, I know it's much more easier for single ladies to build a communion life, to build a prayer life than when you get married. Anything you don't get right when you're a single lady, when you get married, it's the chances are actually a kind of slim. But it is good if you are hearing this if you are listening to this video right now, this is a second chance for you. If you're already married and your prayer life is struggling, you need to get things done. Don't just live your life by chance. Don't just live your life by chance. Don't just stay and assume that all will be well someday. One of these days I was walking along my street and I overheard two women conversing. I actually know them too well. One of them has a kiosk kind of shop that she sells just small foodstuffs, and then she has like five children. She has five kids, and you need to see where they live in. Oh my God! The first day I saw where they live in, I was so full of emotion for especially the children. I was like, God, what is this? Now, one comment that they made when they were conversing, when they were talking, discussing, was she said that they should leave them with this their life, or let them take this life the way they saw it, that one day e go better, things go better but for now they let them manage the way they saw life. I say, what? That statement called my attention to the discussion. I was like, no. See, life can never give you what you deserve. Life will always give you what you demand for. Life will always give you what you lay hold on, what you demand for. What is that thing that you actually want and you demand for it? You lay hold on it. You stay in the place of prayer. You remind God every day, this is what I want. This is you are seeing the opposite. This is not this current situation of my life is not what I want. Lord, this is what you have you said in your word concerning me, and that is what I want. You lay hold on it, you demand for it, you demand for a change. Every day you demand for a change. But it's quite unfortunate that so many persons have settled for where life has placed them. Like those women right now, the way they just said it, that I think maybe somebody said something about their current situation. So they already admitted the situation. They already bought the whole situation. They bought the idea. They already love where they are. So what they were just like, they should just leave us. This is how we saw life. So we cannot do anything about it. One day, things will turn out good. There is nothing like one day, things will turn out good. Do not live your life by chance. All right. Don't live your life by chance. Take the bull by the horn. Demand for what you want in the place of prayer. That is why if you've not learned how to pray as a woman, there is trouble. The man can is always out there looking for how things will work out, brainstorming. Then what do you do at while he is out there brainstorming and looking for how things will work out? You too on your knees, you are brainstorming and looking for how things will work out in the place of prayer, fixing things. When we started, I started with by telling you that life is more spiritual than physical. Anything, the outcomes of our life is based on the spiritual inputs, the things we make demand of in our place of prayer, in our on our knees, in our prayer place, spiritually making demand, laying hold. All right. So as a woman, you've got to know your position. Like I said, there is a mystery behind womanhood. As a woman, God has blessed us with lots of things. We are in a very, very great position to change things, to transform things. I asked this question before and I said, why do you think that most women are called into the intercessory ministry? It's because there's a relationship between a woman and prayer, intercession, and God and all that. So, what do you do as a woman? Okay, when it comes to a point where all things has been done, there is nothing else that can be done other than to pray. It's quite unfortunate how some of us has built our prayer life based on other person's prayer life. You built the answers to your prayer. Let me say that you build the answers to your prayer based on the shoulder of other person's prayer life. You have a problem, you have a challenge, all you could do is to look out for somebody that can pray, look out for pastor that will pray for you. What do you do on your own? When you call your pastor's contact and it's not going through, what do you do? You just sit and cry? When you call somebody, you know that this person is always a prayer person and the person's contact is not going through and things are spoiling in your house, what do? You need to rise up as a woman and start praying. Take your place. That is why when it comes to this issue of transgender, I see it as confusion, because if those ladies knows their position, the position that God has placed them, the capacities and capabilities that God has deposited inside of them as a woman, you won't even think about you know going diverting to this other gender. No, there is power, there is power resident in you. There is a great capability. There are some capacities that God has deposited inside of you as a woman. You have to utilize it. You need to open your eyes and see it. If you can't see it, pray to God and say, Lord, open my eyes to see. So you need to rise up to your feet and take the bold step and start praying today as a woman. Start praying as a woman. Don't just sit down. Don't just assume that things will get better someday. Don't just wish. Some of us live our lives on wishes. I wish, I wish. this will happen. I wish somebody can call me on phone right now and send 1 million to my account. I wish somebody can just call me right now and say you've gotten a job into Chevron. Come and pick up your application later. I wish someone can call me right now and say you just got a scholarship to study in one of the universities in UK or US or Canada. I wish somebody will call me right now and say this and say that. I wish, no, life doesn't work that way. There is a difference between you are imagining, imagination is also a sort of prayer. There's a difference between you are imagining that this thing will happen, and you are pushing out your faith to draw it to yourself. You're imagining it and you are stretching out your faith. But that one is a different thing than you are wishing. I wish this will happen. I wish this will happen. I wish this will happen. No, you don't live your life by wishes. Don't live your life by chances. Don't just stay and assume that something can just happen someday. Maybe God will remember me. Maybe, yes, at some point, God just shows some people mercy. But out of hundreds, just two out of 100 happens that way. That God just by His infinite mercy just lifts people without much stress and struggle. But even at that, those people that such things happens to, is either somebody somewhere was praying for them, or somebody somewhere have done something that triggered it, or they too they have done something in the past that triggered that lifting. But then you don't just live your life and be assuming, like those women I met that day. They were like, oh, this is where we found ourselves. This is what life gave us. Life happened and we found ourselves here. So let's just be here. One day it go better. There is nothing like that. Don't live your life like that. Don't just accept everything that Satan throws at you and just be assuming and wishing that one day all will be well. No. What do you do when you encounter a situation of life and death? When you encounter a situation that if nothing is done, if God does not intervene at that point in time, things will go wrong. What do? You just cry. You start looking for your pastor's number. Now, I've heard stories and I've even seen a few of women. Things were going wrong, something was spoiling, and they were just helpless. They couldn't help, they couldn't do anything, they couldn't offer a solution. The situation was out of human control, and it only needed God's intervention. They could not pray. Why? Because there's no strength to pray, because they've not built a prayer life over the years. They started calling on their pastor. Now, I've heard of a woman, her child, after eating, they were eating on the dining, and the child felt like using the restroom, only for him to go in, and he was not able to come out as at when due. By the time they went in to check, he was already on the floor. Baby was getting cold, his eyes was turning up. Instead of this woman to rebuke the spirit of death from that child and call back his life and pray for him, he started looking for her phone. She was shouting, "Get me my phone! Get!" They got the phone and she was dialing pastor's number. Pastor's number refused to go through. The network messed her up that day. Pastor's number was not going through. She could not pray. She could not do anything. She was just crying and dialing pastor's number. And at the end of the day, pastor's number refused to go through. And in her very before, on her arms, her baby, her only son, went cold and died in her presence, on her watch, and was buried, her only son. Now, I'm not praying for that kind of situation to come around you, but then when you encounter such situation, what do? That is what happens to people that build their prayer life on the shoulder of others. You when you have a challenge, when you have a problem, when you face a situation, all you could remember is to call your pastor to pray. Then what is the essence of your mouth? What do you do with it? You only eat and gossip, or you only eat and discuss? with your mouth? No, now that's so bad for you if that's what you do. Now, as a woman, you need to cultivate a prayer life. Now, there's something called evil day that comes upon everybody under the surface of this earth. And evil day is the day that Satan remembers every family, remembers an individual, remembers a community, remembers a city, remembers even a nation. Now, when your own evil to caught up with you, any day your own evil day shows up, that day that Satan remembers you and you were not prepared, you were not equipped, you don't have this inner strength, there was nothing, you were just caught up doing nothing, it will swallow you. Now, this is one of the reasons why you should start praying now. This is one of the reasons why you should build a prayer altar now as a woman. This is one of the reasons. Now, the devil is always roaming about. What does the Bible call him? He said he is a thief. All he does is to steal, to kill, and to destroy. When he gets into a family, is either he's stealing the love in the family, or he's stealing the joy, or he's stealing the peace, or he's stealing the finances, or he's stealing the unity, or he's stealing the health, or he's even stealing the lives of the family members. So what do you do as a woman? You look around you, you have everything you want, you just like, I don't need to pray. I have all the money I want. I have a good husband, a loving husband. I have lovely kids. I have lovely children. I can travel for vacation anytime. I have good cars to ride. I have good wears to change. I have good hairs to put on. I have good this. I have good relationships with people. I know this person and I know that person. Whenever I have a challenge, I know the buttons to press so that I get things sorted out. If those are all you can brag of, if those are all you can live your life on, my sister, that's so bad. It's not good for you. You are doing yourself more harm than good. You know why I say that? Just like this, all those things you feel is something are gone. Just like this. One of the things I used to say is the one of the slogans I used to have is the most beautiful and most powerful woman is that woman that knows how to pray, is that woman that can go on her knees and get answers from God, is that woman that can intercede and things happen. That is the most beautiful and the most powerful woman. What is the essence of your beauty when you are at the mercy of Satan? When your life is just like this in the hands of Satan, when he can just do this way and you are gone. So what is the essence of that? I've seen and I've encountered some other women that stood their ground. The devil came, he came like a roaring lion, just like the Bible said. He is not the lion. We have just one and only lion of the tribe of Judah, which is Jesus Christ. But the devil came like a roaring lion to steal something from their family, and they stood their ground and said, Satan, you cannot cross this boundary. I will not let you, not under my watch. Not under my watch will things go wrong in this family. Not under my watch will I lose my husband, will I lose my child. Not under my watch that contract you're going to lose it. Not under my watch that things is going to go wrong. Not under my watch that court case you are going to lose it. Not under my watch. And they stood their ground in the place of prayer, and everything worked out to their favor. You have a role to play when it comes to prayer. As a woman, you need to have a prayer life. If you've not started praying, you are doing yourself, you are doing the people around you, you are family more good than more harm than good. All right. Now I've encountered some persons and they be like, I don't know how to pray. I cannot pray. Now I was talking with somebody, was it late last year? And I was like, babe, you need to learn to pray. If you've not learned to pray, as a single lady. And guess what? That period she was preparing to get married, carried away with all the joy and everything. I was like, see, it's not just marriage is not just a rose of a bed of roses. It's not all rosy all the time. There are sweet times and there are bitter times, but there you need to learn how to pray. If you've not learned how to pray as a single lady, now that you're getting married, you need to learn how to pray. She was like, please, prayer is for people like you. As for me, I just sing. I love singing. When I sing and I sing and I sing, I am done. God understands me that way. Yes, it's good to sing. It's good to worship God with songs, with our words. It's good to be lost in worship. It's good to actually pour out our love to God in worship. But your worship life cannot take the place of your prayer life. Because when there is something that will happen, and as you are singing, the situation will be looking at you. It needs you to make demand. It needs you to speak words of authority. It needs you to kick the devil out. All right. So just that you worship, you sing, excuse me, that you worship and you sing is not enough. You need to cultivate a prayer life as a woman. Now, after she was done, I said, okay, oh, no problem. I wish you well. Just make sure you worship at all time. Few weeks later, somebody say few weeks later, after the marriage, my phone rang. Say, please join me in prayers. This one is happening. Please join me in. I say, join me in which prayer? It's time to sing. We can't be praying now. Let's sing. Say no, please join me in prayer. This day that I don't used to, I don't sleep anymore. I used to pray. I say, what? So you can now pray? No, now let's sing. That's on the lighter side. But my friend, she was seriously in need for someone to join her in prayer. At that point in time, she learned the hard way that you need to pray as a woman. You need to learn how to pray. Now, I am saying all this to say that as a single lady, this is the best time for you to pray. Even as a married lady, if you've lost it, if your prayer life has died down, or if you've never cultivated anyone before you got into that marriage, it is not late. You need to find a way to start praying. You need to find a way to um get started with prayers. Now, when you talk with people about prayer, we all have 1,001 reasons why we cannot pray, or why we should not pray, or why we don't have to pray. There are so many reasons. There are so many reasons why people can't pray. Even as you are watching this video right now, there is 1,001 reason why you cannot pray, or why you should not pray, or why you will not pray. But there is no reason that is reasonable enough for you not to learn how to pray as a woman, for you not to cultivate a prayer life. There is no reason that is reasonable enough. When you talk about prayer, some persons say, I don't have time. I don't have time. None of us has time. Every one of us has 24 hours a day. But if prayer is a priority to you, you need to cultivate, you need to set out a time, you need to learn how to get a time for prayer. Set a time aside that you can pray. It could be 30 minutes, it could be 1 hour, it could be 2 hours, it could be 3 hours, but let your prayer be heartfelt, let it be intensive. Touch the heart of God, touch God while praying. All right. So many of us say we don't have time, especially if you are living in a city like Lagos, Nigeria. Oh my God. Oh my God. It takes the grace of God for your prayer life to really be burning. But then, even in the midst of no time, you need to still create time to pray. If you are in the city of Lagos, or wherever you are, you need to create time to pray. Wherever part of the world you are located, you need to create time to pray. No matter how squeezed, no matter how slim your time is, you need to create a time to pray. All right. So that excuse of I don't have time is not tangible enough. It's not reasonable enough, because one thing I will promise you is any day something evil happens, Any day something goes wrong, you will actually create a time to attend to that evil thing, to attend to that bad news, to attend to that negative news. But if you always pray, if you create a time to pray, you will push and kick out the devil from getting that bad news close to you. Another reason that people actually don't pray, one of the reasons that people don't pray is because of laziness. A whole lot of us are just lazy. That laziness, I think it's actually caused by the devil. He will not want you to pray. He will not allow you to pray. The devil cannot let you pray because he knows that once you start praying, things will start changing. Once you start praying, you will start destroying his plans. Once you start praying, things will start transforming. Once you start praying, good things will start happening. The will of God will be done. One of the days God's will is done in our lives, in our families, and here on earth is through prayers, because God cannot do anything without our cooperation. And how do we cooperate with God? We cooperate with God through prayers. If you've not learned how to pray, you are not partnering with God. One of the ways to partner with God to do things in your life is when you pray. So you have to pray for God to intervene in your case. But if you are comfortable with your situation, then you don't need God's partnership. That's why you don't pray. You are partnering with the devil in your life when you don't pray. Yes, when you don't pray, you are partnering with the devil to destroy your life, to destroy your family, to destroy your marriage, to destroy a lot of things, to destroy your finances, to steal things from you. Although when we start praying at the first, it seems like it's not working. It seems like it's not crossing the roof of your house. It seems like God is not hearing you, but you need to be persistent. You need to continue. You need to be praying. One of the things that happens to us happens to everyone. I don't know about it, but it happens to me as well. When you are trying to learn how to pray, or when you've lost your prayer life and you are trying to fetch it back, one of the things that happens to you is that you will struggle. It will be as though the all the spirits that are in charge of sleep was let loose from the pit of hell and they came after you. Your bed will literally be calling your name. You will literally hear your name on your bed. Everything around you, if you were kneeling down, you will feel punished. You will feel as though you were serving a punishment. You just want to run away from that place. You just want to run away and run to your bed and lie down and start sleeping immediately. That is the works of the devil. He will not want you to pray. He's the one that brings those feelings, brings those pressures, brings those uh, um comfort, brings those things that makes you want to run away. It is the devil that does that. He brings that laziness that makes you not to want to pray. You feel so weak, you feel it's not working. It is the devil. But guess what? If you continue praying, you will pray through, you will break through. It will get to a point you see that it's no longer you, it's the spirit of God that prays through you. Now there's this thing that the Bible said that if they that are called by my name shall humble themselves and call me and pray to me, I will hear. I'm paraphrasing it. I will hear them and heal their land. Now, it shows that prayer is humility. That means if you've not started praying, you have pride. You are priding on what you can do. You are priding on the buttons you can press and things get better. You are priding on what you have. You are priding on the relationships you have, that when you call on them, things will change. You are just priding on the things you can access easily. But when you pray, you are proving to God that, Lord, my trust is in you. You are telling God that I can't do this without you. You are telling God that my faith is in you, my trust is in you, my desire is you. Lord, it's only you that can come true for me. You are just your faith, everything you are putting it on God when you pray. That is what it means when you pray. So God sees it as humility. That's why he says, people that called my name shall humble themselves. It takes humility to pray. You need to be humble enough that and accept that it's only this God that can help me. Then you pray and you believe that he's going to come true for you, and he will come true for you. Now you need to learn how to pray as a woman. Now, another reason why people don't pray is because they feel they cannot pray. They don't know how to pray. My pastor will always say this. He said, there are 5 ways to pray. There are 5 techniques to pray. One of them is open your mouth and pray. The second one is also open your mouth and pray. The third one is like it. Open your mouth and also pray. The fourth one looks similar to it. Open your mouth wide and pray. And the fifth one is same as the 4. Open your mouth very, very wide and pray. Now, there is no other secret to prayer other than to open your mouth and get started with prayer. All right. Don't just say, I don't know how to pray, I can't pray, I can only sing. No. When something happens, you will realize that you can pray. When somebody is dying and all things has been done and nothing again could be done, that's when you will know that you can actually pray. But it's of no use waiting till something negative happens before you learn how to pray. Have you ever seen a soldier learning how to fight at the battlefield? No. The soldiers are trained years ago before the day of battle. Now, when you are praying, when you raise a prayer altar, when you start praying, when you cultivate a prayer life, you are training yourself for the days of battle. So on the days of battle, there is this inner strength that will generate from you. There is this inner strength. You will not know where the strength came from. It will just be like you just be kicking the devil everywhere. Get out. Like the audacity, the capacity, the authority, the strength that will rise from you alone will be so shocked that you can actually do that. But when you wait till something has gone wrong, at that point in time, when you are praying out of fear. I'm speaking to you from experience. You will be praying out of fear because you don't even know if God can do this. You don't know if God will ever come true for you. You don't know if the thing will change. You are praying out of fear, not out of faith. All right. So start now to pray. Learn how to pray. Build a prayer life. All right. Now, I just want to show you 2 ways, 2 simple ways to pray. One of the ways to pray is praying by faith. All right. Prayer, pray by faith. Each and every one of us has got faith. Yes, we have faith. Naturally, we have faith. Each and every one of us. Now, you have faith that when you take a bus from Lagos to Abuja, that bus and the driver will bring you safely to your destination. You have faith that when you fly an aeroplane from Lagos to Port Harcourt, the pilot and the plane will take you down to your destination without any issue. You have faith that when you go to a restaurant and you buy food from a strange woman and you eat it, that food will not turn to poison. It will become food in your body, and it will nourish your body, and it will satisfy you. You also have faith that when you buy a bottle of water, you buy a sachet of water, you fetch water from your tap and you drink it, you will not die. You will live. The water will help you, will nourish your body, will strengthen you. You know, we all have faith as regards to different things in our lives, but when it comes to prayer, when it comes to the real things that we need to have faith, we feel as though we lack faith. No, you have faith. So utilize your faith and start praying. Now, the Bible said in Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6, it says, um, but without faith, it is impossible to please God. For those that must come to God must first believe that He is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Now, when you are coming to God to pray to him concerning an issue concerning your life, your relationship, your marriage, your finances, your business, your health, or the health of any member of your family, first of all, you need to have faith. You need to come with faith, believing that I am going to God. God exists. This person I am going to pray to is God. He exists, and he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Now, how does he reward those that diligently seek him? He rewards them by giving them answers to their prayers. That is how God rewards those that diligently seek him. So, first of all, you need to have this, build this faith that I am praying to God. God will hear me. That's why Malachi said in Micah said in Micah chapter 7, verse 7, he said, let me read it the way it is. He said, therefore I will look unto the Lord, I will wait for the God of my salvation. My God will hear me. You need to personalize this God. He said, I will look unto God. My faith, you look unto God with faith, not by putting your eyes on the sky. You look up to God with your faith. Let your faith be released to this God. Therefore, I will look up to God, and I will and I will wait for the God of my salvation. How do you wait? You wait in the place of prayer. You look up to God, you release your faith to God, and then you pray. Waiting there talks about prayer. You're praying. Remember, I told you before that most times when you start praying, it don't seem like something is happening. It don't seem like there is a change. Everything still remains the same. All right, everything still remains the same. It seems like it's not making sense. It's not working. It still remains the same. But then you wait when you are waiting, you are praying, you wait in the place of prayer, you're believing God, you hold on to God, you say, Lord, this situation have to change, this thing have to happen, this is what I want. You make demand in your place of prayer, and then Micah said, for my God will hear me. You need to come to the point where you personalize this God. One of the problems that most women have is that they have made God, or they have categorized this God as the God of their pastor, the God of their friend that knows how to pray, the God of their prophet, the God of their man of God. That's just the problem. Now, when you have a problem, when you have an issue, you call your pastor to pray to his God to help you solve your own problem. I'm not disputing the fact that our pastors should not pray for us. I have a pastor, I have a spiritual father. The name of my spiritual father is Pastor Obi Jason, if you care to know. And I have pastors. I have a pastor of a local assembly that pastors me, and they pray for me. Yes, but that your pastor pray for you does not mean that you should now build your life on their prayer life. All right, you've heard it all, ladies. Don't build your prayer life on someone else's shoulder. Don't wait on something bad start happening before you start praying. Don't wait until you receive a bad news before you start praying. Don't um build your life or live your life by chance. Start praying now. Take charge of the situation. Take charge of the environment. Take charge of everything. Take charge of your life. Take charge of your marriage. Take charge of your relationship. Take charge of your family. Take charge of your ministry. Take charge of your business, your finances. Take charge of everything you need to take charge of. Take charge of your health. Do not allow the devil to steal something that belongs to you. Do not allow the devil to steal your life, to steal the life of your family members, or to steal the life of um anybody around you, to steal your joy, to steal the peace in your family. Don't allow the devil to steal anything around you. All right? Start praying now. Pray now. There is no better time to pray other than now. So pray now. Start now to pray. Oh, you women, pray now. Pray now. Build that prayer life now. Build that prayer altar now. Get a time. Get a prayer place. All right. Get a time. Get a prayer place. Be consistent. Yes, at first it might not be easy. At first you feel like giving up. At first it feels like God is not hearing your prayer, but be consistent. Hold on to God. Be on your knees. Go on your knees for that thing, and you will see the situation change for good. All right. Yeah, we've come to the end of the show today, and I believe you got value from today's video, and I believe you're going to start implementing what we discussed on today. Until I come your way again, watch out for our subsequent videos, and you never can tell the next topic that is coming. I believe you're gonna enjoy it. Anticipate it. Anticipate it. You're gonna enjoy it. All right, ladies, I love you all once again. Bye from Lagos, Nigeria. See you in my subsequent videos.